Well, look who's here, Senator Rand Paul. Senator, we're so happy to have you on the show. We're delighted to see you. It's great to have you on. It's the first time you're on the show. You know, you're the perfect person for this story because Americans have seen inflation go up more than 13% since Biden took office. The San Fran Fed Bank, officials out in San Francisco, they blame a lot of that on massive spending, like 3 percentage points. You've done a lot of work on government waste and fraud. You know, it's so easy to seem like you're a generous, great person with someone else's money.
Yeah, the thing is we could balance our budget and we could get rid of the inflation, but you have to spend what comes in. And I've been proposing for years budget plans that actually would bring us to balance within 5 years. Even now, as bloated as the government has become with the COVID bailouts, we could actually cut spending by about $200 billion and then freeze it over about a 5-year period, and you actually lead to balance. But it's incredibly important that you would have to reduce spending and stay there for a few years. And most of the people proposing solutions, both Republicans and Democrats, are really proposing things that are inadequate and will never balance the budget. So I think we have to be more dramatic, and I think if we do, we'll be rewarded with stable dollar, stable prices, and we'll get rid of the inflation.
Exactly, and stable growth. That's it. You just hit the nail on the head. I mean, we have this growing scandal, Senator. Now, thousands of government workers caught stealing pandemic jobless benefits, even using their own work computers to steal. It's DHS, Amtrak,
Shocking.
Right? The post office, FEMA, TSA,
we
the IRS.
offered people free money, and the free money wasn't enough. They had to cheat to get more free money. So 70,000 people so far have been caught using fake Social Security numbers. One woman, in the period of 40 minutes, was able to get $100,000, and hours later she bought a ticket to Hollywood to spend $5,000 on a hotel that night. So yeah, the scam artists are out. People stole money from overseas. There are people from overseas that we will never catch. But they're inside government.
But the point is they're inside government, right?
Some inside government, yes, but also even people overseas. You name it, you look anywhere, people were stealing the money. And this is not uncommon. Money doesn't grow on trees, but when it appears to, here come the vultures.
I mean, yeah, to your point, I mean, it's astounding. I mean, 5 IRS workers stole more than $1 million in pandemic jobless benefits. They spent in our cars, luxury goods. Go ahead.
Well, we banned TikTok, so they're not allowed to watch TikTok anymore. So I guess they spend their time now stealing money. Maybe we should let them go back to watching TikTok, you know? So,
so you've done your Festivus report. I couldn't believe this number, $482 billion in government waste. And they really, and really the president says there's no spending cuts to be found with Kevin McCarthy just moments ago.
It boggles the mind, and you can't get your mind around a number like 482, but get your mind around this. $2.4 million spent injecting beagles with cocaine to see if there are any adverse effects of cocaine. All you got to do is go to the streets of San Francisco if you want to see the adverse effects of cocaine. $118,000 to study whether or not there's a guy named Thanos who's a Marvel Comics villain, and whether or not when he snaps his fingers, can he create lightning? So they hired a guy, gave him metal gloves to see if he could snap his fingers. That was $118,000 to see if we could recreate or simulate a Marvel Comics villain. The government's riddled with this stuff. $700,000 to study how a male parrot attracts a female parrot.
All right. Well, this makes people crazy. Now the White House, the president's saying we're going to raise taxes. Senator Sanders, talking about raising taxes. Senator Wyden talking taxes. It feels like a lot of the things derailed, like the wheels came off the ship or the car here because of the pandemic, because of lockdowns. And we know that the House is going to launch probes into the origins of COVID. We're talking COVID relief fraud, and possibly subpoena Dr. Fauci. We've been tracking Dr. Fauci for years. We want you to listen to this. Watch.
I didn't shut down anything. I recommended to the president that we shut the country down. And the only way to do that is by draconian means of essentially shutting down a country. We know that we can do that if we shut down. Well, if I knew at the time that shutting down would have such a dramatic effect on controlling the spread, obviously we would have shut down earlier.
Was it a mistake in so many states and so many localities to see schools closed as long as they were?
I had nothing to do.
I mean,
let's get down to the facts.
What do you think, Senator?
Dishonesty, lying. I had him in committee, and I asked him why we couldn't open the schools, and he said it was too soon. He's on record at least 20 different times saying the schools should stay closed, and then 20 more times saying, well, maybe we should open them. He would flip-flop from both positions, but he never had the courage to look at the data. The data was apparent early in 2020 from Europe. They left the schools open in Sweden, and not one child died. They looked at the mortality of the teachers because, see, people said if you leave the kids may die, but their teachers will die. The rate of illness and mortality among teachers was the same as the general public. So the thing is there was data early on. He refused to see it because at every step his impulse was to shut down, lock down, and stop it. But it also didn't stop the disease. We locked the schools down for 2 years. Our kids, lost a year, 2 years of schooling. But every one of them still got it. 80 to 90% of your kids have already had COVID, despite everything Fauci tried to do.
Are you going to subpoena him?
Without question, I think the House will. I don't know that we will have the power to in the Senate, but I can promise you every day I'm discovering something new about what he's done. And still, within government, the NIH and Health and Human Services, part of your government, are resisting giving us information on grants, information on reports. We asked for 250 pages. Health and Human Services, part of our government, blanked out all 250 pages. They blacked out, they redacted 250 pages of normal documents that every taxpayer should be able to see.
On what?
It's on the origins, it's on the grants, it's on the science of what was going on, it's on the funding.
Another
and
cover-up.
ultimately, this is where Fauci is culpable. He made the terrible judgment to fund dangerous research in a totalitarian country, and it wound up with a pandemic. History will record that he has a large amount of responsibility for this pandemic.
Senator Paul, thanks for joining us. Come back soon,
Thank you.
okay?